Hey, Moon Dancer. The winter solstice is upon us. It's usually in the northern hemisphere, December 21st, 22nd. It truly is one of the most sacred times of the year to pause, to reflect, and to realign. We are given this beautiful opportunity to reconnect and to deeply intertwine ourselves with the rhythms of nature around us. It's a beautiful opportunity for us to really honor both the darkness and the light within ourselves and nature all around us. In Tantra, it is believed this philosophy of dualism, and that is where we hold two opposites at the same time. It's a philosophy where we're reminded that we can and we do experience both. It's never this or that, it's both and. And really, this winter solstice it's the shortest day of the year and the longest night. And it's a really beautiful time for rebirth, for renewal, for deep introspection. It's a beautiful time to rediscover who you are, what you want to let go of, what you want to shed as you move into a new year. And we know that when we let go of things that are no longer working, no longer serving, we're able to give ourselves space to embody and integrate new practices that may serve us higher, better right now. It's an opportunity for us to set everything to the side that we no longer need and humbly bow and say, thank you, I'm done. And maybe some of those practices you literally just throw behind you as far as you can, and you never want to see them, smell them, taste them, integrate them again. Some practices we just set to the side because they're no longer needed right now based on the season of life you're in, the season nature is in. And so we set those practices to the side, keeping them close so we can reintegrate them when and if the time is ready. When we think of the winter solstice, it's really this celebration of the return of light. It's kind of this turn of where we start to bring more light into our lives, and there's more light in the world around us. It's really a symbol of hope. It's a symbol of deep renewal, and it's really this celebration of victory, of triumph over the darkness. We can think of this as kind of the cycle of death and rebirth. We're really ending a cycle and then preparing and starting another cycle. And that's how the world works, and that's how we work as people, is we are cyclical beings. We move in cycles. Everything is a cycle because the teachings of yoga, of Tantra, remind us that we are a micro of the macro. So everything that's happening outside of our bodies right now is also happening inside of our bodies. And this is a really beautiful time for us to release the old and welcome the new. It's a beautiful time for deep inner reflection. It's a great time for meditation, for journaling. It's a beautiful time for introspection and alignment with the wisdom that lives inside. Because you have everything you need. You've always had it. One of my teachers said, you are born with a knowing. When you were born, no one told you how to breathe. You just came out and you started to breathe. And what's really awesome about humans is that when you're born, you come into this world and immediately you know how to eat. The baby is just like, where's my food? And no one has taught the baby you how to eat. We just know. And it's that knowing that we return to, that inner wisdom that lives within. Over time, as we age, as we experience, as we grow, we start to forget that knowing. It's said around ages like 7 or 8, we really start to realize that we are separate individual beings. That's when we start to get insecurities. And over time, those insecurities really dim that inner wisdom. And so how can we come back in touch with that infinite wealth of knowledge that lives inside? Deep meditation, breathwork practices. Kundalini is the yoga of awakening yourself to yourself. Yin yoga, we start to release and open up these blockages that are impeding on you from allowing yourself to step into the totality of who you are. Journaling, getting out for a walk in nature, even if it's chilly, use this opportunity to bundle up and go around and look at all the beautiful lights in your neighborhood, in your city, in your town. This is an amazing time to celebrate just that, the light that shines within and the light that shines outside. We use this as really a sacred time to honor the rhythms, the cycle of nature around us, and to really honor the earth, Mama. She does so much for us, and right now is such an amazing time to show thanks and deep gratitude for the abundance that she provides for us. She's always got our back. She gives us everything that we need, and right now is such an incredible time for us to really celebrate her. And in that honoring and that celebrating of her, we're simultaneously celebrating and honoring the abundance within ourselves and our lives. We can really celebrate the light in so many ways. Lights on a Christmas tree, a fire in your house. And if you don't have a fireplace in your house, you can turn on a Yule log on your TV. You can gaze into a candle flame. You can have a fire outside. These are ways that we can start bringing in the light. Surya Namaskar in the yogic tradition is an honoring to the light. The light that shines in the sky, the sun, and also, and almost more importantly, the light that shines within. And so we can use this time as a celebration of that light, a welcoming of a return of that light. We honor and deeply respect the sun, the warmth, the fire, the coziness. And traditions world over have been celebrating the winter solstice for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. It really is the celebration of rebirth, renewal, and alignment. Meditation and deep reflection is absolutely vital right now. And now you don't need to sit on a perfectly cushioned meditation seat. You don't have to have the room perfectly quiet or the right music on or anything at all to meditate. There are so many variations of meditation that you can integrate, try out, and practice. Yoga Nidra is a beautiful practice that helps guide you the entire time into the depths of the self. A walking meditation, a yoga flow class, a kundalini class, chanting, a kirtan with your sangha, song with your people, your community, singing out these joyful holiday songs. These are all forms of meditation. And for me, sometimes I meditate on the ground and my kids are just crawling all over me. But what's really cool is that my daughters have started to chant. They, run around the house saying Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And they also help to keep me in check because they've seen me practice these so many times that when I'm starting to get overwhelmed, they'll say, Mom, I think you might need to just sit down and meditate for a second. Do you want me to hit the gong for you? Should we just chant, Om for a few rounds? It's like they're 3 and almost 2. And so when we kind of hide our personal practice, and I totally love practicing by myself. It's so beneficial and absolutely needed. That's one side of it. The other side, though, when we practice in front of our children, our family, our friends, we're showing them that they can do it too. And we're showing ourselves as a collective that you can lean on these practices at any time, anywhere that you might need them. A beautiful time is feasting and gathering, really creating this, environment of warmth, of nourishment, of community. And it's really, not a coincidence at all that these holidays kind of are swarmed around the winter solstice, because this is the time to be in community with your people. And know that this is also an incredibly challenging time for most. For those that might not have a lot of family or friends around them for whatever reason. For those who may be experiencing their first season without someone. My grandmother passed in August, and this is my first Christmas without her. And so it's going to be really tough for my family. And right now is the time to really lean on your people and welcome people into your light. And so if you know that there's someone around you that might not have much around them, use this as an opportunity to invite them into your community, into your sangha, into your family. It makes such a difference. And we as humans, we need connection. And this is a beautiful time for community connection in whatever way that looks like for you. And so allowing yourself to really celebrate this time, using this time to go inward and creating vision boards, using, journals. I have a beautiful guided self-discovery journal to help you firmly plant yourself into what you want for the coming months, the coming year. Setting these deep intentions, knowing that we're planting the seeds. And then over the next year, these seeds start to blossom into these beautiful opportunities, these beautiful manifestations of what it is that you want and you desire. And it's such an important thing as humans to want and desire things. We've been taught, to be grateful for what we have. And yes, absolutely be grateful for what you have. But also, in the other hand, continue to explore what your heart wants the most, what you desire. It's that desire that evolves us. It's that desire of reaching something out of reach when we're little babies that continue to evolve us into the people that we are now. And so it is totally okay and 1000% recommended for you to really sit down and figure out, who am I? What do I want? What do I desire? While also holding deep gratitude for what you already have right now. Surya Namaskar, you can do, 108 sun salutations if you want on the solstice. You could do 10, you could do 27, you could do 54, you could do as many as you want. You could go to a hot sculpt class, you could go kick your ass at the gym, you could go on a really long walk, bundled up in like a ton of layers, like warm, really nourishing, really grounding, think like mushy foods. That is all beautiful things that we can do to help ground ourselves into this incredible season of the solstice, this incredible season of renewal, this celebration of life, of death, of regeneration. So make sure that you take the time to really honor, to really celebrate this beautiful sacred time.